welcome back to another episode of Hello Ladies, where feminism meets pro wrestling. We are your hostesses with the mostesses. I am Sabrina,
And I'm MJ.
and we're gonna talk some wrestling today. Shocker, I know.
I know. Wait, that's what we're here for?
Yeah, yeah, believe it or not. Believe it or
I,
not.
I thought this was like Donut Lovers Anonymous.
That's tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Wrong podcast. Sorry, guys. I
yeah.
actually really want donuts now that I just said that.
Someone's gonna be looking up like Donut Lovers Anonymous podcast. Why they'd be doing it in that voice in their head, I don't know, but
Well, if you love donuts and wrestling, you should give us a follow, like this video, or
mhm.
whatever platform you're on. Give us a like and leave a comment below. There's been so much that has happened in the last like couple weeks of wrestling that I want to know specifically, what do you all think? For those of you that watch WWE, what did you all think of Cena's first quote unquote heel promo? That's what I want to hear about. That's the hot thing right now that I want to hear about.
Yeah. And that leads into what we're going to be starting off today chatting about
And
John Cena. Sorry.
Sabrina has no idea that I'm about to tell her this, but I just got out of an interview. And during the interview, they wanted me to talk about somebody that is an inspiring figure in pop culture. And I brought up John Cena in an interview. And if anybody knows me, I am not a John Cena fan.
No.
Was talking about how he's done so many Make-A-Wish um moments for people, and I just was dying the whole time because they're just I was like, I'm gonna make this sound really nerdy, but I'm gonna talk about something I love, which is professional wrestling. And they were just like, oh yeah, and I was like, I'm going there. And I was like, so John Cena, and I even said it like
Yeah. I mean, I would hire you on the spot based on that alone.
I really wanted to like find, I was like in my head, I'm just kind of like spitting shit out as I'm talking, like where am I gonna go with this? And like it worked out. I was like, don't talk about the heel turn. Don't talk about calling that kid like a fucking idiot or whatever.
Yeah. I had told this to MJ, but on Monday, my supervisor pulled me aside and asked me how I was doing after John Cena's heel turn because she's not a wrestling fan, but her adult son is. And he actually called her, I guess, the next day after and just told her all about it. And I was just like, no, mom, you have to hear. And he's like, I think he's either a school principal or like one of the teachers. So yeah.
That is amazing. I love that.
Yeah, because she was like,
Oh
it
my
was a
god.
really big deal. And I was like, it was a big deal. It is a big deal.
I just think that's the sweetest thing ever that people are literally calling people over this, you know? Like, I don't know.
Hmm.
Even my dad texted me 2 nights ago. He's like, why does everybody hate John Cena now? And I was like, I died laughing so hard. He fell down the rabbit hole. And I called my mom yesterday and she's like, yeah, he was watching all of these like John Cena videos.
Oh my God. That's hysterical.
So, I mean, we'll just jump straight into it, of course. But like, what are your thoughts on Cena's promo that happened on Raw?
It was interesting. So, before, some of the things I've heard, because he doesn't talk, he only talks really about himself, right? And not
Sure.
The Rock's influence at all. And people are like,
Yes.
it's just like
Right.
it means he's cementing his heel turn. I think um Wrestling and Coffee had made the point, and I completely agree with it about how um when he came out and it was still the same gear, the same music, everything. That was actually brilliant because I mean, you and I were talking about, I don't know if it was on the pod, it couldn't have been on the, yes, it would have been on the podcast about like how excited we were to see like what he was going to do. And it's a dick thing not to do anything.
I know.
Yeah. Obviously him calling out that kid is hysterical. If that kid
Mhm.
wasn't a plant, that's going to be like the moment of his life now.
Did you
Um,
see what Queen of the Ring said about that too? She was like, guys, this kid is set. He's gonna be able to be at every major like con, making money for the rest of his life. And I was like, oh my God, yeah,
Yeah.
he's so set.
I also like if that kid was that close to the ring, I'm not concerned about them because they are a rich kid. They're a rich white kid. They'll be fine.
Do you want to comment on what you said to me about the problematic? What did John Cena call him or whatever? I can't remember.
I don't
Whatever
remember
you
what he
said,
called him.
I can't remember either. Whatever you said was like, well, he's probably right. Or you said I can't remember what you said, but it was so fun.
Entitled.
Yes,
Entitled. That's what it was. He called him entitled, and I was like, well, he's a rich white guy, so he might be on
yeah,
something there. But I mean,
yeah.
pot kettle there, John. Pot kettle.
I exactly. I kind of felt like there were a couple parts in that promo that didn't make super sense.
Yeah.
Like I would have like there were some parts where he kind of lost me a little bit, where I was just like, but other parts like the beginning, he fucking cooked. And then I feel like when he insulted that kid, he kind of came back right around and brought the wheels back on the track there for me. But
It was very stretchy when he was trying to be like, because he has said repeatedly over his career, and I truly think he believes it, that like he wouldn't be anywhere without the fans and the people who supported him. And when he's like, "What have you given me?" And it's just like, well, everyone who has bought your merch has literally given you money, monetary support in a capitalist society. So,
I know. I
like,
love I love like the shot of the crowd though, when you can see all the people that are wearing the John Cena merch after he insults them for like he's like, you all like stole my look. Like you're the idiots, or he said that, or like you're the idiots that are dressed like me or whatever.
mhm.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Yeah, like as he was like go like because like yeah when he's talking about the Cena sucks people, everything he was saying was making sense, and I literally was like, well, none of this applies to me. And then he was like, and the ones who are worse are the let's go Cena. I'm like, hey now,
Uh,
sir.
that was where he started to lose me because I was like, you know, and like when he said like the Cena sucks people, I was like, I kind of did like a moment where I was like, gang, gang. I was like, that was right here. Uh, Zach was sitting next to me, and I was because the whole time I was chanting "Cena sucks" along with the fucking crowd in Brussels. You know, the whole time, John Cena sucks. You know, I was like totally into it. And then Zach's like sitting next to me, just looking at me like he just like his eyes just light up when he sees me talking about like wrestling. You know, because it's just
Mhm.
I just my little inner kid comes up. You know.
Oh yeah,
But anyway,
yeah. I've definitely
so funny.
like one of my I have a wrestling memory of being at a show like a decade ago, and I was with two friends, and the one guy was yelling, Cena sucks. I was yelling, let's go Cena. And the guy in
Sure.
between us, Andrew, who's been on the podcast before,
Yeah.
was going, he's okay. I hope everyone has a good time.
From what you've described like Andrew to me, that feels like super on point.
Yeah, yeah. It was a fun moment. I can't. That might have been the one where like Kane's entrance pyro hit and a person threw their beer up in the air because they got scared, like their full beer, and it rained down on the
Oh,
person in front of me.
oh, that sucks.
For everyone involved.
I still haven't bought tickets to Double or Nothing, and I still have PTSD from last year's Double or Nothing when that fucking drunk idiot was next to me. Oh my God. And he like
Yeah.
spit beer up on me.
Oh yeah.
Ah, that was not fun.
No. No, no,
This
no.
year, this year will be better. I manifested last year. I was like, next year I'm not going alone, and I'm not going to be going alone this year.
There we go. That's right. Yeah. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'm glad that like I'm not the only one because I was just like maybe it's just my feelings are the reason why this doesn't make sense. But I also feel like I think he did some method acting before this because I think he wasn't sleeping because he looked like shit.
Yeah, he did look like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Cena's promos, I could not like Cena and still think that he's a great promo. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It threw me off at certain like he had me like in the first half, and then like
Yeah.
kind of with the whole let's go Cena people, that thing lost me, and then he brought me back around again when he was talking about that little kid, and then I was fucking that popped me so hard.
Yeah. And he's like,
It did kind of it did kind of remind me of like when a heel gets stuck, and so they just are like, well, you guys are just as shitty as the Mets, or like whatever, you know what I mean? Like they use like the the old
Mm-hmm.
tropes, and it kind of felt like, oh, just pick on a kid in the crowd. Such a heel thing to do, you know?
Yeah, it's super healy too for John Cena, the hero of children around the world, to do it. Um, but
Totally.
oh God, I love those videos of kids just losing their marbles.
I actually really loved fucking Cody calling him out on looking like nothing like the shirt. I know that sounds horrible, but as Cena was wearing the shirt, I was even thinking, I was like, man, you should have got like a. I feel like
Update.
that's this is not like this is like the old school like this is like 2010 Cena on this shirt right now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so when Cody said what I was thinking, I was like, okay, well, I'm not the only asshole in the room, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
John Cena sucks. That's gonna be stuck in my head all day.
yeah. Um, I am definitely looking forward to their match.
Me too.
I understand why Cena is stepping away, but like his in-ring work has not decreased. Like he can still go. Now, could he do a full-time schedule? Probably not. Like he would probably suffer there, but um yeah, I get it. It made me really sad because Seth Rollins somewhat recently said in an interview that he wants to retire around the age 45.
Oh,
And
he did.
yeah, and I was just like, what? No, 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 no. I refuse to listen to a Shield member talking about retirement. No.
I know. That makes me feel old as shit.
I almost cried. Like I
Well,
legitimately almost cried.
AJ Styles, I'm sure you heard that he's getting close to 50 and he's like, I'm not wrestling into my 50s. And
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
I'm like, that's gonna be the next retirement tour we hear about is AJ Styles.
Soraya says she's almost done too.
She did say that.
Yeah, she said her in-ring career is just about up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Her book's coming out soon.
I know. I have it pre-ordered, so I should be getting it um early next week or this weekend because sometimes they send it a little early. So
I'm honestly thinking about buying it digitally and having the paperback copy or the hardcover copy because I wanted to sign the hardcover, but
yeah.
then I won't want to read that. I like reading digital preferably. I know I'm like the oddball with that, but like also I don't ever want to like wrinkle any of those pages. I want to keep them like I want her to be the one to crack the spine and have that moment where I'm just like I'm just like because I hate the I it hurts me to crack the spine on books. I don't like it.
Oh, I love it.
Do you?
Oh yeah. Love it.
That's probably a huge reason I like digital because I just like I'm sorry.
No. I love the sound of cracking open a book. I love the sound of turning the pages. Oh, I like that whole experience. Which,
We're on opposite sides of the street for this one.
yeah. Yeah, if you see some of my books, like especially it's tricky with thick paperbacks
Yeah,
because you almost ruin those when you're reading them. Because when you get to the
sure.
middle and they're flopped open, like, yeah.
Yep. That always makes me nervous. Like when they get like that, I'm just like, I don't want to rip this.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love reading books in the bath, but I absolutely refuse. Like, I'm also notorious for dropping them into the bath.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like if I borrow anyone's book, it never goes anywhere near my tub.
Do you have a little tray though at all?
I have had those before. I can't use them anymore because cats. And
Oh,
they're already trying to get into the bath with me. I don't need them to have something that they could
a
walk.
platform,
Yeah, yeah.
a runway into the tub.
How thoughtful of you, mother. That would be what would happen. But
Yeah.
yeah, so let's switch to something that's not so sad about people retiring while talking about John Cena's retirement tour.
Real quick, I will ask your question, your thoughts on this though. When Cody got in the ring, what are your thoughts on how that promo ended with Cody kind of calling him a bitch and walking out, and then Cena not really saying anything? Do you feel like that was the right move to end it that way? Do you think that Cena should have had some kind of a rebuttal? I kind of like that. One part of it that I did like is that Cena just kind of sheepishly picked up his towel and like didn't really know what to do at that point, you know? But
Mhm.
I don't know. I kind of felt a little, I don't know. I felt a little like it ended strangely a little bit, but I also don't have any suggestions for how I would make it better personally.
I think they might be going for like John Cena's having an existential crisis. So
Okay.
if that's where they're going, it makes sense that it would end like that because he would kind of agree with him. He would kind of agree with
Yeah.
what Cody was saying. Um, you know, what is it? Like with that saying something about like if we live long enough, we see ourselves become the villain.
That's a little like Harvey Dent from Batman. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of feel like maybe they're setting it up for like for him to have a heel run that ends with like he's not a bad guy in the end, just a flawed human.
Yeah.
But we'll see. How
Yeah.
about you?
I like that because I think that he's going to have a face turn again before he officially retires. And I think you're right. I didn't even see it that way. That's a good perspective.
Just someone who's struggling with what they've done.
What
A
did you think
little
about all the Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say like a little bit like the superhero villain guy, a superhero, we'll say hero that he plays with the fun helmet and Eagly the eagle. I can't remember his name. You know the it's on HBO Max and it has like the best dance opener.
I think my brain just left the building. Sorry.
Oh. Well, for those of you listening, like the superhero John Cena plays. It's going
Fucking. I did this last time you asked me too. Why did I want to say time or something like that? That's
wait,
not right.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
I kept
almost said
wanting to say
time
Punisher.
maker.
I wanted to
I
say
wanted
Punisher, and I knew that wasn't it.
to. Mm-mm. It's funny because I'm getting ready to watch Daredevil right now, and last night I watched a recap when John Bernthal's in that, and he plays the Punisher.
Okay.
So it's funny that you said that, but I'm excited to watch that too. But anyway, um, I was gonna ask, what did you have you seen all the side by sides about Dominic Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero when holding up like the IC belt and stuff? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I also love how so as far as like back and forth with commentators, Michael Cole has Bailey, right? And they have like this epic back and forth.
Hmm.
Pat McAfee now has Dom Mysterio, like and the two of them going back and forth, like all the
Sure.
clips, especially
Yeah.
when they pop Michael Cole and they you just see him like when it hits him what they've said and he's like I love it.
Oh man, so
Um,
good.
yeah. Yeah, have you seen where it looks like Dirty Dom is recruiting perhaps carrying Cross for the Judgment Day against Mr. Balor's wishes?
Okay, I did see like how he was in the background when was it Dakota and Io were walking up. They were those two were talking in the background. I was like, yes, this is everything that I want. Please, like Carrion would be so good in that. I love it.
He would, and it would make sense. I mean, because if he comes in too, that's bringing Scarlet, and we're gonna have, I think we'll have some interesting moments because I don't think Liv Morgan and Raquel are gonna be very welcoming.
Exactly, exactly.
So, yeah.
I'm so here for that.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like, do something with Carrion Cross, please. He's so good to in like and I like the arc they're kind of doing with the storyline with the hair too. How it's like he's all the people he's trying to like basically turn evil. He's like doing the hair and he's got like the little like straight AJ Styles haircut, the hairstyle right now. It's killing me.
It's like that trick where when you're trying to
Mirroring.
mirroring, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Like trying to make friends and influence people, you know, and you're taking on their mannerisms. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. God. It's sometimes it's tough when it comes to like dating, knowing like the tactics that people use. Because like forced teaming, for example, when they like say like, oh, well, we really got to do something about this. It's like, no, that's a you problem. I don't know you well enough for this to be an us problem or like an us thing or um
Right.
like this is a me thing, go away. Like I know what they're doing. Like they're trying to be, and I'm just like, nope, I don't like
Yep.
you're trying to sell
Nope.
me something. I know it's you, but I don't like it.
It's manipulative to me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I hate
Yes.
it.
Yeah, same thing when someone uses my name a lot. I'm like, I'm glad that you know who I am. Put it down now.
Yeah, that always irks me. Like a couple times I get it because it's like, okay, they're probably really bad with names. They're trying to like remember. But then when
Hmm.
it's like so much, I'm just like, what do you want? Like there's something like hidden
Hmm.
here that I know that you want something and it just irks me.
Yep. You can say it, you can probably like in a conversation where you're not like trying to like if it's a group and you're trying to like converse with one person, like get their attention, that's different.
Like, hey, Sabrina. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
If it's one on one, if you say my name more than twice,
Mm-mm. Yeah, exactly. That's me
and
too.
twice is pushing it, quite frankly.
Because if someone says my name twice, I'm like, okay, maybe they're bad with names, and I give them the benefit of the doubt. But then with another time, I'm like, what are you trying to sell me? Or you know what I mean? Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. And if my name comes twice, like really quickly together, I'm like, nope, nope, nope,
No,
nope.
same. Yeah,
If it's at the beginning and the end, I'll give you,
a mulligan, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
But oof, yeah.
I hear you. Sabrina, can we pause really quick because I have to text back the realtor person.
Um, so leaving the WWE realm, I know you said you hadn't watched Dynamite yet, correct? Still?
Right. Did you and I ever do a recap of Dynasty? Not Dynasty. You're going to Dynasty. I was thinking
Yeah.
Revolution.
And we did last week of the two pay-per-views.
Psh, last week. Who
Um
remembers it? Oh my God. I've been driving way too much lately. Clearly. Oh man. But yeah, I felt so horrible for you, Sabrina, because I thought of you the second I saw that clip. Because of course, I watch death matches. Like I'm pretty like it takes a lot to get me, except for horror movies. I can't do horror movies, but I don't know, whatever it is about wrestling and the theatrics of that, it doesn't bother me as much. Sometimes it can be like, what the fuck? That was pretty fucking bad. And I am shocked that I
Yep.
like can't even fathom. I can't even fathom you watching it, and it makes me like, oh no, not Sabrina, because that was fucking like them trying to even pull it out of his back and it getting stuck.
That would, yeah. So I did not really watch the match because as soon as it started, I was like, I know how this is gonna go. Like as soon as they
Yeah,
got crazy, like got crazy. As soon as they went into the like, yeah. Basically, as soon as it started, I was just on my phone. And something in the universe hates me because for some reason, when it was stuck in his back, that is when
Mhm.
I looked up. And I remember seeing it and I was like, what the fuck? Like my brain wasn't even computing what it was. What I thought of was those fuzzy caterpillars. It looked like that was stuck to his back. And that's what my brain was like,
Trying to reconcile it as.
yeah, like that is a giant fuzzy caterpillar that is just suctioned to his back. And then I was like, oh my God, there are spikes in his back and it is stuck. It is most likely stuck in
The
muscle
way his
and
the way his
spine.
the way his back looked when it was taken out and how like the camera quickly panned away from it so you couldn't see it up close anymore. I was like, oh fuck, dude.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah. He's gonna have to have his spine checked. 1,000%. He has to have his
Oh my
spine
God,
checked.
my back hurts hearing you say that.
Like
Fuck. Ugh.
like that was stupid. That was stupid.
It was so unnecessary. It was
Yeah.
so unnecessary. Yeah, that. Oh my God. Ugh. And now I'm trying to like I'm sitting up straight and it hurts. I don't like it.
Yeah. Like
For
literally
those of
my
us who don't, I'm sure everybody knows what we're talking about because it's gone viral in the world of wrestling. But if you don't watch AEW or have it blocked or whatever, you wouldn't know. But we're talking about John Moxley versus Adam Copeland's match last night on Dynamite or this past week on Dynamite when you watch this. But oh my God. Woo!
yeah, oh, it was bad. It was bad.
It was bad.
Like in my head, I can hear metal on bone when I think of it.
I just I feel like something stuck in my back thinking about it. And now like in the center of my back, I have like almost like sympathy. Like feel like I have phantom limb pains, but like
For
phantom
somebody
fat with
else.
nails on it or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, ah.
I was just like, Renee is going to stick nails up his and Tony Khan's asses. Like that's just what's going to happen, and they're going to deserve it.
I don't even know how Renee does that.
I don't know. I don't know. She's gonna be like, look, you're retiring, buddy.
I don't even like when like people that I am dating eat like horrible foods that like you know what I mean? Like I'm like, why do you do this to your body? You know what I mean? Let alone fucking throwing themselves on a nail covered piece of wood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Uh,
like the thing is, it's different than like a bed of nails. Like a little chunk is different than a bed of nails because like if you for anyone who doesn't know, like if you're laying on or being thrown onto a bed of nails, there's more for your body, like there's more for your the weight to distribute. Um
exactly.
so you're less likely to get hurt. And
Yeah.
it's also less likely for things to get stuck in your body. And apparently no one fucking thought about that when they're like, we're just gonna take this chunk. Nothing bad will happen.
It's making my hands like hurt hearing about that for some reason. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh
I
my
don't
God.
that never should have been allowed to happen. But it did. I don't think it'll ever happen again, which is good for everyone.
It will, but just in different forms.
I
Like
don't think
I
in
feel
that
like
specific.
yeah, I don't it's not that same exact thing, but like I just think that we're clamoring for these little viral moments instead of having real storylines that people can like sink their teeth into. Like you and I've already complained about it enough that Mariah and Tony should have been headliners at
Yeah.
Revolution, which is
Mhm.
funny because even Zach's brother agreed. Same thing. He was, and I was like,
Yeah.
thank you.
I don't know anyone who isn't like Brian Alvarez who um because like some people make the argument that like well then Will Ospreay and um Kyle Fletcher's match would have taken some of the air out of Mariah May and Tony Storm's, which I disagree with.
I do
Also,
too.
you would have just had the order different. Like you wouldn't just be moving that one match. You'd be,
I didn't watch the Revolution scrum, but apparently Tony said that as well. That like people somebody asked him point blank, why did Tony and Mariah not headline? And that's what his reasoning was about Kyle and Will's match.
yeah. No, I think that's bullshit. You could have had that match open if that was such a big concern, because then there would have been such a
I agree.
like he's taking the easy way out. Misogyny is why they didn't headline.
Takeshi and Kenny opened, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't even think it would have mattered. Like I think that like you're lumping like bloody matches all in the same category, and I don't think that I think even if you had Mox and Cope before Tony and Mariah, with that still having a little element of that, not a lot,
Hmm.
surprisingly, for a Mox match, especially compared to what we just fucking saw last night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see that at all. I think that it doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like fucking, wasn't it WrestleMania 18 when Hogan and Rock should have headlined and said it was Jericho and Triple H? That's still
Yep.
so fucking weird to me. Like,
Yep.
just because that is a fucking textbook proof of you don't always need to have the title headline a show. It does not need to matter.
Yep. Yeah. And especially when that it is Tony Storm is their biggest star right now.
Yep,
Like she is why people are tuning in. They ended Dynamite with her. Like she
they
did a
did.
fantastic promo at the end of Dynamite. Um it feels
I
like
did.
Dynamite was Tony Khan trying to like fix things from the pay-per-view.
That's what I felt too, based on the fact that we saw Cope and Mox again. And I was like, just like all of these things. And it's like, I think that I obviously don't know Tony Khan, but some of the decisions feel so geared towards like, okay, IWC didn't like this. Let's make a sharp left turn and do this. Like they feel super reactionary, like a lot of these decisions, instead of just like, okay, what's the like, for example, Triple H got a lot of heat when we saw the whole Rock saying that I want your soul, Cody Rhodes. How much shit did WWE get for the next week and a half, right?
Hmm.
Until you let them kind of cook with it. And then it was like, now it makes sense, once you watch the Elimination Chamber. But it's like a creative at WWE knows to let that shit kind of simmer. And it's like, no, 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 we're not going to listen to the fans. We're not going to placate them and give them everything that they want. We'll give you little things that you want, but we're going to still fucking run this play how we think it's going to be played.
Hmm.
Whereas it feels a little bit like AEW over, because it's what Bobby Lashley, for example, has said that Tony does. He's like, he's trying to like placate too many people in the back and make everybody happy. And you can't be friends with everybody. You can't everybody love you. You can't make
Hmm.
everybody happy. Some people are going to be pissed sometimes.
Yep. And um, another example, people were pissed when Cody Rhodes was going to headline WrestleMania when he won the Royal Rumble. Like,
Right.
some people were absolutely pissed about it because they were like, and when he lost the first WrestleMania,
Yep.
I immediately got excited because again, I knew I would then be seeing him win the title. Like,
Yes.
it was
Yep.
very clear to me where it was going. And I've paid for it by having to watch Orange Cassidy lose in person since. Um,
Yeah.
this is apparently the deal I made with the devil without realizing it. So, um,
But you're going to get to see Cody, not Cody, Kenny wrestle next month at Dynasty
yes,
in person.
yes, in weeks. I will get to see that happen within weeks. So I am super pumped. Um, check right off the list. Um,
I know.
and I'll be seeing Timeless Tony Storm. I've seen her before, but I'm never gonna say no to Timeless Tony Storm.
Just timeless.
Yeah, perfection. Everything that woman does is perfection. The wordplay that she did in that promo to end Dynamite, like what a great way to get things around censors.
Oh my God. I did see a couple of those pop up, like the whole like Bane thing, like the Bane reference for Batman that she used against Megan Bane was really funny during the commentary. And yeah, I don't know. Hilarious. Just
Yeah,
she's so clever and fucking just good in every single way.
yeah. And I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again, while you can argue, like, so some talent that left WWE, a lot of talent that left WWE, um, they're at roughly the same place they were on the card, right? In WWE
Sure.
at AEW, if they're even on TV at this point.
Right.
Um, but there are some people who we would never have had Timeless Tony Storm in WWE. We just
Yeah.
wouldn't have. You need an AEW for that character, and
Yes.
it's been pure magic. I think Swerve Strickland eventually would have been champ in WWE and eventually would have, but like that main event scene is so stacked, it would have been like 8 years from now. Like it would have been towards the
I
tail end of his career.
I disagree based on WWE's history with black champions. And I also disagree with like how WWE has dropped the ball with Montez Ford, who is main event money certified, and they never did anything with him. He's been showcased several times and thrown into situations and been shown he's the fucking guy. And now how he's Carmelo Hayes is being booked on the main roster. Carmelo is him, and he has been fucking booked in the goofiest ass way.
They always are though when they come up from NXT. Like people always are booked strangely, almost always. But the difference is like we've only had a year of Triple H at the helm of WWE creative main roster. Um,
Okay.
it's only been a year. Um, everyone else that has been fumbled wasn't under him. Him and Swerve had a great relationship. And like Swerve has said that before, like, he would have trusted his career with Triple H, but like that's not who was running shit when he left. Um
I've heard Swerve say that about Sean. I've not heard him
mm,
say that about Triple H, but I
I,
could be wrong.
I would have sworn that he said that about Triple H, but um
That's not me shitting on Triple H either, but you're right. Like Vince was in the picture until super recently with a lot of things, which is funny because even when I was listening to Chris Van Vliet's podcast and he's like, you guys got to think that since SummerSlam 2022, and I was like, no, That is not, I was like, and first of all, that show was a fucking shit show. And I will never forget being in the crowd for that in Tennessee and having the entire half of the stadium, with the exception of the first few rows on the other side, was all empty. And then you have Glenn Jacobs in the ring, just like, and we're sold out tonight. And I'm just like looking around, like, and I think I remember I filmed a video. I've probably deleted it now. I wish I still had it, but it's like me filming going, no, you're not, just to be
Hmm.
an ass. Cause I was like,
Yep.
ri ridiculous.
Yeah. It's only been about a year that Triple H has been able to do everything
What he wants
without
to do.
Vince. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you're right. Without Triple H, we never would have had Travis Scott in the ring. Oh, wait a minute.
yeah, and I mean, what a moment that was.
But no, I mean, the storytelling that we're seeing in WWE versus AEW, night and day difference.
Yeah.
It's insane right now.
Hmm. And this is not me saying like I don't necessarily trust that Triple H will treat black champions and I think he'll treat them better than Vince, but I don't know if it'll be equal. Um,
Sure.
don't know about that. He does have a history of blackface, so huh.
Oh God, yeah.
Um, but there's no way like Swerve would have hit the main roster and had like this run, right? Like he wouldn't have been champion nearly as quickly, and he wouldn't be a
Sure.
top face in um, AEW. He wouldn't have had Prince Nana and the dance, and quite frankly, that whole thing is what elevated him to the next level. It can be something. Swerve Strickland has all of the tools, but
Sure.
it's something small sometimes that's like, oh, this distinguishes you from everybody else.
Yeah.
I swerve when I drive. And
I do think it's interesting too how Swerve said in interviews a few months ago about how like WWE was making calls to him like, "Hey, when's your contract up?" Because they knew his AEW contract was going to be up soon, you know. And so I
mhm,
keep thinking about like what that would have looked like if he had gone to WWE instead. Not saying anything negative about AEW and saying that, because I think that we are on the verge of possibly seeing another Swerve title run.
yeah, hope so. Yeah, and I
But
think,
we also
oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead. No, you're
Oh,
good.
oh, I was gonna say, I think staying with AEW is the right call for Swerve.
I
100%.
do. I also agree as well.
Yeah.
I'm also just really curious. Did I send you the? Oh yeah, I sent you the picture of the screenshot of MJF, and I was like, "This Tanner is killing me." Like last night was crazy.
Yeah, because I
I
said
mean,
calling it Tanner is generous.
I know. Yeah, you did say that. But like MJF, Swerve, Hangman, we've got former champions thrown in this picture right now as like this big what if, and I like that. I like that. Like we don't know who's gonna kind of get a next shot at this because I'm fucking tired of this Cope and Mox thing. I'm fucking tired of like the weird Death Riders. I'm just like, I can't even believe that we've been dealing with this shit for fucking like what, 5 months now? Over 5 months now?
Yeah, and it makes,
It's not good.
yeah,
And
it's not good.
I like John Moxley a lot. This has made me not like John Moxley at all.
Hmm.
And it's
Die
not his
Hard.
fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
diehard John Moxley fans like across the board are saying that. And at this point, like whenever this wraps up, he's going to have to be off TV for a while
He
because
is.
he, one, the man deserves a break. Let him go on
Yeah,
vacation, let him spend some time with his kiddo.
sure.
Um, he deserves a break before his
Yeah,
body breaks. Um,
totally.
But like, yeah, he's gonna get go away heat. We're on the cusp of that, right? We're there basically now.
We're there. We're
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Yeah, I think it's because fans genuinely like the man and like
Yes.
what he has done. That is and like recognize that. And that's the only reason they're not just fully like, I fucking hate this dude.
Yeah. I also hate that right now. I know that we're like like we're gonna cut it soon, but like Adam Cole in a trio thing, like is throwing me off right now. I feel like he should be main event picture right now. Like I feel like he is somebody that like with Danielson getting hurt the way that he did and like having to kind of Cole would have been like the perfect person to get the strap off of Mox. You know what I mean? He is somebody that like face heel. I can sink my teeth into him. He's believable. He's likable. Even as a fucking heel, people love him.
Hmm.
It just there's so many opportunities that we've had to fucking like have a great story to get this off of Mox when this is just clearly not working. And it says it's like we're doubling down on shit that's not working. And it's like, come on.
And it's funny because like we were talking about how like Tony Khan like overcorrecting on things, right? Listening to the
Yeah.
IWC, except for things like this, where everyone's like, everyone hates this. Everyone.
Yeah.
Please stop making us despise John Moxley.
I know. I don't get it.
Oh.
So, final thoughts. Any predictions on who you think is taking this belt off of Mox?
I hope it's Swerve. It feels like it's Swerve, but it's felt like other people before too. But I'm
I
hoping
know.
because Swerve never should have lost it to begin with. So that's I'm sticking my flag on Swerve Strickland. How about you?
I really don't know what we're doing with MJF right now. Like I'm thinking back to like how much I loved when MJF had the brass knuckles from Regal and took the belt off of Mox. I feel like they could do a call if you're trying to grasp for straws and find some sort of storyline. MJF, you could plug into that spot for that reason. I don't necessarily know that he's going to be the one to get the belt. Before Hangman had the weird haircut, I would have said Hangman. The hair is killing me right now.
It's getting worse somehow, his hair.
It is. It's so bad. It's terrible.
I
I
think
but I could also see Swerve getting it. You know, I feel like it's almost like it would be almost a retribution of he lost it all in last year, getting it all in this year. You know,
yeah. I do feel like MJF is cutting Hangman's hair as Hangman is taking a marker and drawing on MJF like a brown marker. That's what it feels like is happening there.
it feels very like preschool boys, like elementary school boys. You know.
Yeah. And they both just need to stop it. Tony Khan needs to assign a sitter and separate them.
Totally. Oh my god, that's funny as hell.
All right.
Any final thoughts?
No, just I love professional wrestling.
I thought you were gonna say I love you. I was like, I love you
I
too.
love you too, MJ. Yes. There's that.
I just needed to hear it. Uh,
This week,
I
Sabrina hurts MJ's feelings.
I also love professional wrestling too. Well, apparently somebody loves you out there in the fucking crowd.
Oh yes, yes, that's right. Yes, yeah.
It
Oh,
was on
that
Raw, right?
yeah, that was rock.
Somebody had a I Heart Sabrina sign in the crowd, and I turned to Zach when we were watching Raw together, and I was like, I did like this like demonic voice, and I was like, they don't love her like I do. Now it's even creepier with what just happened on this podcast.
Yes, yeah. I had a couple of people reach out to me about it, and I was just like, this makes me so happy. Yeah.
I should have taken a picture of that and put it on my story. That's a missed opportunity. Oh my God, that was so good. I just kept seeing it all night. It was popping me so hard.
Yeah, I got the picture I got is of the sign with John Cena in the ring, and I'm like, now I just need John Cena to be holding that sign saying it to me. Actually, I would hate that. He is not the kind
I
of
would
man I
hate
would want to
that.
be with. But
What
you know,
about Batista?
I mean, I always say I
Well,
would
that's
not
two.
move, but I would consider.
He just finds another I Heart Sabrina sign. He has two.
Hmm. Yeah, no, Batista. He posted a photo today on his Instagram,
Of
which
him from like 1987, right?
in
That one?
January of 1987, and I was like, I wasn't born yet. And I was just
Oh,
like,
the flat top killed me.
oh yeah, I was like giggling so hard. I was just like, oh, I looking to need a shelf. Like, what are you doing there, buddy?
Need a shelf.
But
Oh my
oh,
God.
that man, I love Batista.
He's the best.
Yeah, in so many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If Batista
We
told
love
me he
him.
loved me, yeah, it would be reciprocated.
He's the best.
Hmm.
Speaking of the best, in the name of our Lord and Savior,
Willow Nightingale,
Babe with Power,
Power of Voodoo, Hoodoo, you do.
nothing matters. Smile anyway.